Okay. It's been a while. I don't really remember. I should have went back and watched my last one I posted, because I don't really remember what I said much. I do remember one of the last things I said was go to Tijuana. That's right, go to Tijuana. Anyway, I think my last ones were in the hospital. Shit, I don't know. Anyway, alright, so I don't know, in case I didn't tell you, I'll recap. I ended up, after the surgery, I ended up in the hospital for 8 days after that, even though I was supposed to go home the very next day. I ended up, which is why I had the surgery, for my acid reflux, and so that I didn't aspirate on my own vomit at night. Well, the same night as surgery, I woke up like 2 or 3 times, like the acid in my stomach or wherever it came from. I don't even know. Anyway, I ended up waking up choking, like coughing and coughing and coughing. I thought my guts were gonna fall out. Anyway, I told somebody that night, I'm like, well, I'm gonna have pneumonia. And thus I did. Hang on. Okay. So yes, I ended up with pneumonia. I also ended up with a blockage, whatever they call it, bowel blockage. Yeah, and apparently it was down I thought it was where the stomach and the intestines met, but it wasn't. It was the one down further where they rejoin the intestines with they rejoin the actual stomach that's left in there and join that intestine. Down further was some other intestines. I don't know. Anyway, blockage. So 8 days in there. Thought I was dying. Anyway, and it was a horrible experience. The nurses were not very nice, and I don't know what stories I've told you and which ones I haven't, but it was a shit show. I think I told you that, maybe, but anyway, so I gotta come home. Came home. Today is July 12th, because it's Prime Days, Amazon Prime Days. Yes, I've laid in bed all day yesterday and today, getting stuff I don't need, but that's beside the point. Anyway, so it's the 12th, and I had surgery on the 22nd. I finally had my I ended up in the hospital again, actually, after I came home, because I couldn't, I even had one of those, wedge pillows, which I strongly recommend too, but anyway, get a wedge pillow. But I was sitting up even, and I was strictly drinking my little bit of protein drinks, which those about the Premier are the best tasting ones, but I'm ready to puke with those too at this point. And the vitamins, I'm really ready to puke, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Anyway, my mind still is a little foggy, but that's probably because my blood pressure is so low. Oh no, actually my heart rate's up a little bit because I'm dehydrated. And that's what they told me yesterday. But anyway, so I couldn't hold anything down. I was, the water, the protein drinks, I was only having liquids anyway, pure liquids, that was it. And I couldn't hold those down either. And I ended up 3 nights in a row, I ended up vomiting. Like by bedtime, just the liquids themselves had built up in my system enough. They had no place to go. The bowel, anyway, I ended up with the bowel obstruction again. bowel blockage, whatever. But there was no place for me to, nothing, not anywhere. And I'm sitting up in bed like this, and I can feel it clear up here, and I'm just trying, to hold it in. Because I knew I needed my liquids and protein and stuff, but I ended up throwing up 3 nights in a row, like emptying my stomach, which is about this, but it was a lot. I don't know where it all came from, but anyway, I vomited the next 3 nights in a row. I also never had a bowel movement for like 4 days either. No bowel movements, constant throwing up. It was horrible. So I ended up going to the ER. They immediately filled me, with an IV to get me hydrated and stuff. And they did another CT scan, and the blockage down below was still there. But it was mostly from the swelling, because the lower part, I don't know. There's a lot of swelling after surgery. Go figure. Anyway, so there was a lot of swelling down there. There was also like a blood clot in there that was in between layers. I don't know. I'm trying to tell you what the CT people said. I don't get it all. Either way, there's a blood clot laying in there too. So anyway, they actually, not even kidding, this was July 3rd that I went into the emergency room finally, because it was that bad. And I couldn't hold nothing down. I just kept puking, and I was going downhill fast. I went in after they gave me the hydration, whatever. Did the CT scan, definitely a blockage. But see, we all our fireworks in my cook go off on February. On July 3rd instead of July 4th, because Culbertson and all those places, no, that's a fun place week, they do theirs on July 4th. So, everybody wanted to get out of there. We wanted to go home. So, after they'd run all the tests and this and that, and gave me more things that my body needed, I don't know what all. Anyway, they told me to go ahead and go home, and if things weren't better by Thursday, which was 2 days later, to come back. But that if I wanted to, I could come in a couple times a day to get hooked up to an IV so that they could hydrate me. That's America. Yeah. Go home. I hope you don't die, but come back after the holidays when all the doctors are back on duty. I'm not kidding you. So, luckily by Thursday when I got up and around, that was the first day I was able to hold down some liquids, and actually I had some diarrhea. It's like, okay, maybe. So I didn't go back in, even though all the doctors were now back on duty, and there was a general surgeon there, and But yeah, only in McCook do they tell you, go home, it's the holidays, come back when doctors are here. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't quite like that, but basically it was. Anyway, woohoo. So that was, I don't even know what I say today was, July 12th. So that was like about July 5th or July 6th that I finally started feeling well enough to start getting stuff back in me. So I've only been up, no, I haven't been up, but the last 5 days, I've only been functioning the last 5 days, which is why I've done no videos, no nothing. I felt like I was dying. And I haven't got out of bed, and I've pretty much slept 24 hours a day, clear up until about 5 days ago. So, anyway, and then about 5 days ago, I finally, like I said, I started getting fluids down, this and that for a couple days. Yesterday and the day before, I actually got, and I know that I thought it was too early. Well, it is too early for me, not everybody else, but um, I like got a thing of albacore, well, tuna, whatever, and mixed it with some regular mayo and the pouch, stirred it up, and I ate that very slowly, which there's about 20 grams of protein, which beat the heck out of that. Another shake. Anyway, but I ate that, and I was afraid that'd be a little too soon, but apparently not. I digested it, and all's gone well. I've been eating mozzarella sticks, not very many, because like I said, I haven't said yet, but I have been constipated the last 4 days, very bad until just a few minutes ago. And that's only because they finally told me to start taking a bunch of stool softeners, but I took one of Cinna. I took a little Cinna pill that they told me not to take because it could irritate the bowels and make them move. Well, anyway, I know I shouldn't have, but I needed things to move because I haven't gone to the bathroom in 4 days, and I've been eating for 4 days. Like I said, not much. In fact, just a few minutes ago, I was laying down because I ate about that much of a piece of chicken breast and one mozzarella stick, that I was gonna die. So I laid down. Anyway, I'm up. My throat's still, I don't know if they damaged my voice box, because it's been 19 days since surgery, I think. I don't know. Anyway, 12 plus 8, okay, 20 days. Anyway, I don't know if they damaged my voice box. I don't know if it's still from the pneumonia. I don't know. But then again, it is slowly coming back, just not very fast. Okay, so I'm doing good now. I got up the other day, and I actually got up and moved around for the first time without passing out almost. So that was good. And then yesterday, I drove myself to North Platte, which is about an hour and a half from here. And I drove myself to North Platte. I had a bunch of returns that I needed to take back to Walmart, but hadn't had a chance to because I haven't been out of bed or out of this camper. Anyway, I got on one of their handy-dandy push carts in Walmart, and I got my exchanges done, got a few new Nintendo Switch games for my grandson, and I did pretty good. And then I went to the doctor's appointment. They were very thorough. They were awesome. I mean, it's not their fault that my body just did weird things this time. I don't know. Anyway, but I seen the PA, talked to her for quite a while, talked to the doctor for quite a while, talked to the dietitian for quite a while, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, they said everything looks like it's finally going to start healing, so I'm finally looking upward. I'm finally on the upward slope. Everything was healing well. I got four scars that are about 1.5 inches long, which is way worse than the sleeve ever was. Luckily, like, my scars heal very well, which is what the doctor told me yesterday too. He goes, you shouldn't have any problem at all. He goes, I can tell from your other scars that they almost disappear and you don't even see they're there. So I'm hoping for the same. I told him if not, I'm going to turn my belly into a butterfly garden. Little butterflies for all the itty bitty scars from the sleeve and now the bypass. Get little tattoos of butterflies. Make a butterfly garden. Alright, well anyway, my scars do heal well, so I probably won't even see them this time next year. Anyway, but yeah, they are a lot bigger and a lot, I don't know, different than what I had expected, I guess. But I did go in. My blood pressure was 90/44. But I mean, I do have very low blood pressure in general anyway. So I do have very low blood pressure, but that was a little lower than, we'd have wanted, but it was there. My heart rate was up to 84, which was odd because my heartbeat always runs at 70 because of my pacemaker. But apparently, I said, why is my heart running so fast? Because 84 is fast for me. And they're like, well, probably because you're dehydrated. That's usually what happens when you're dehydrated. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, Yeah. All right. So I went and got stood on the scale. Well, anyway, I ended up losing 17 pounds in 18 days. 17 pounds, 18 days. Yeah. It's like, well, no wonder I ain't been able to get out of bed and walk. No wonder I keep about passing out every time I stand up. Anyway, I didn't really, well, I mean, I didn't have a choice in it, but I didn't plan on losing that much that fast, but it happened. Anyway, I'd rather it went slower and I'd have been more alive, but whatever. Okay. So, well on my way to losing weight, I guess. Oh, but here's the best part. Because this is what the surgery was for to begin with. It was my acid reflux and all that stuff, so I don't aspirate. Even though I did anyway, I didn't know. It's gone now. Like, I don't have, I've lived on, what is it, Protonics? I don't know, like your Pantoprazole or Prilosec or whatever. I've been on those for like 20 years now because of, I mean, I've had such severe acid reflux. So, and anyway, since the hospital incident in McCook, where I ended up throwing up 3 nights in a row because I'm like, oh, stop it. And I couldn't. Anyway, since then, since things are now moving like they're supposed to in my body, I have had no acid reflux, nothing coming up at all, no heartburn, no nothing. It's like gone. And I like haven't even been taking my my Prilosec or my Pantoprazole, whatever. I haven't even been taking those at all, which I talked to him yesterday, and they thought I should be for at least, they want people to for at least the first month to keep them from getting ulcers in their stomach, but the dietitian went back and asked him, and he said, no, I was fine being so I was already off of them and doing good. So, I'm like, okay, so I don't have to go back on those. But, yeah, acid reflux is gone. So praise God for that, because that was the main thing I was working towards. I mean, I clearly was happy to lose a little weight too, but anyway, I'm now down to 196, I think. I was at 214. Oh yeah, I was at 214. Whatever. Yeah, okay, so 18 pounds, I think. I don't know. I can't do math. I'm not going to do math. I can do math. I'm not going to do math. All right. So there's that little story. And, I don't know. They told me everything's going good. He just said I'm a slow healer, which I've never been a slow healer in my life, so I'm usually very rapid, like up and running the next day, but this time, I'm a very slow healer, and things are just taking 3 times as long as a normal person. But, so, here's, I guess, my question. I don't know. Would Tijuana have been better? Or would I ended up dead? I don't know. See? Because I had 0 problems in Tijuana. Here in America, I've had a shit ton of trouble. But, in reality, I don't know. Maybe things would have gone better in Tijuana. But then again, maybe I'd have died over there too, being so I had complications this time. So maybe it's a good thing I did have it done in America. I don't know. Either way, I did feel better being closer to home, I can tell you that. So, alright. So, I don't know. Make your choice. I don't really care where you go. So this morning I got up and I did start cleaning my camper for the first time in a month. Because it was a disaster. I've been trying to get my son here to clean it for me. I don't want to pay him to clean the inside of my camper, do my dishes, vacuum, sweep, all these things that need done. Trying to get a hold of him is sometimes, or getting a hold of him is, well, that is a chore, but getting him over here to actually do it and being in the right frame of mind can sometimes be difficult. So either way, I'm doing it today very slowly, but I'm getting it done, and that's good. All right. Oh, the vitamins. Here's the tip for you. Okay. I got that because they told me, and from everything I've read, you have to have the bariatric ones. I showed you which one. I got the ProCare bariatric, and they have to be chewable, especially if you've had bypass instead of sleeve. And I was told, along with the internet and everybody else, that, well, you just as well plan on being on chewable the rest of your life because you won't be able to really take the pills and get them to absorb anymore. So, I bought a 90-day supply, more bang for your buck, 90-day supply of the chewable. That is the worst part of every day for me. And no, I haven't done it yet. Yes, I got the pill all crunched up in my grinder because I don't have teeth really to chew. And then I mix it like with applesauce. I've been mixing it with mango baby food. Anything. But it is so nasty. I'm like that little tiny kid over there, just like, I don't want to take my medicine. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Well, I talked to the dietitian yesterday. She told me, she's like, after 30, she goes, we only really want you on the chewable, or you only have to be on the chewable for like the first 30 days. She says, after that, you can switch to the pills. They're like the gel pills. I'm like, you can? Praise God. I'm like, I can't live this way. If I have to spend the rest of my life with these chew up pills, well, I'm going to die of malnutrition. Okay, I wouldn't do that. But either way, they're disgusting. They're disgusting, especially after 3 weeks of them, okay? And no. I don't even like the calcium ones that I'm having to chew up twice a day. But they're a little bit better. They're more like Tums or Rolaids. Not quite as tasty, but they're working. So, I still got to do that today, yes. But I do got it all ground up there. Oh, whatever. On my grinder. I do got the pill all ground up. After I get off of here, I'll probably go take it. But anyway, the good news is after, well, here in about a week, because I won't get them for about a week, because I ordered them on Amazon yesterday. I got a 90-day supply of the pills. Anyway, so they won't be here for until next week anyway, so I got to continue. And they want me to stay on the chewable for another week anyway, because I'm slow healing and yada, yada, yada. So, I got to go one more week, but then I get to switch to the regular swallow me pills. So, if they tell you that you absolutely cannot take a pill ever again, that it has to be chewable for the rest of your life, they're lying. And the dietitian that told me this, she is all she takes. She's tried every one of them out there. She swears by ProCare, the bariatric ones I've showed you before, ProCare bariatrics, and with the 45 whatever mcg I don't know, of iron, and then your 2 calcium a day. But she's been taking them and she's doing great. And she's like, no, most people do switch that. And I'm like, I thought you couldn't if you had the bypass, only with the sleeve. She goes, no, you can with the bypass. She goes, it will absorb it. She goes, trust me. All her blood work comes back fine all the time, never has any problems, and she takes the capsules, whatever. The only thing they do tell you, and I have read everywhere, whatever, I read everywhere on the other too, but they say do not take gummies. Gummies, no. No gummies. Gummies are not going to absorb. Gummies are not going to do anything. you're wasting your time if you buy gummies. Do not buy gummies. So, but she did give me a hint on, because I've been taking Caltrate, the calcium Caltrate with vitamin D3, and she did say as soon as I finish those two, that I can go to the really good kind, like they have like a GNC or wherever, or all over the Amazon, like the little chewy caramels, you know, like they're just a little tiny calcium piece of caramel. That is okay. Them are okay. And you feel like you're getting a candy every day. So, as soon as I get through 90, the calcium pills, I'm going to start buying the chewable ones. I can't wait any longer on the bariatric multivitamin. No, that's gonna, no. I will have 60 extra pills to donate. I don't know where, how, what. They made it sit in the cupboard for emergency purposes. I don't know. And they're expensive, but you know what? I don't freaking care. They're disgusting. And if I only have one more week to go. If I could skip them, I would. Maybe every other day. No, I won't. I'm trying to do things right. So, because this time I don't want to gain any weight back, and I do want to do it right. I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy. All right. Oh, guess who's pregnant? That one right there, Layla, behind me. Yeah. I had my dog Ruger fixed so that I didn't have to. So, you know, I bred Shih Tzu puppies. I only have 2 females, 1 male, so I'm not a, you know, breeding mill. I would never ever do that. That's disgusting. Anyway, but I had Ruger fixed because I figured she's 3 years old, Gracie's 6 years old. I'm done with the breeding. I've had my fill. The puppies have done their time. I've made a lot of money doing it, but it's just doesn't seem right somehow. So anyway, I decided I was done. Well, this floozy here, when I was in my camper parked at Jim's house, he let her into his pen or in his yard to play around, you know, because the dogs needed to run. They couldn't, I mean, they've been stuck in this camper forever with me, and they're all sick of it. Anyway, I didn't know she was in heat. I knew Gracie was. Gracie was in heat. Gracie wouldn't have anything to do with his dog, Duke. She never has. She only wants Ruger. She's a one-woman man. One-man woman. One-woman man. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, Ruger's her man. So, she won't cheat with nobody else. So even though she was the one in heat, she wouldn't have nothing to do with Duke. But, guess who did? This one, right here. He caught him locked up. So, I'm going to have my very first litter of Duke and Layla puppies, which are actually going to be absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I'm going to want one. So I'm going to want one of the females. I'm not going to breed anymore, but if one of the females comes out liver nose with the light brown eyes and is a female and looks like Duke, I'm keeping her. I can't. I know I can't have 4 dogs, but I'm gonna. I love my babies. Anyway, so this will be the last litter for her, unless she jumps the fence somewhere again, which should never happen because they're never out of my sight normally, unless I'm in the hospital or something like that. All right. Well, I'm camped at Car Park. Lots of trees again. I don't know where I'm headed next. I might go stay at my mom's, park at her house for a while. I don't know, but I haven't been able to do anything for a while. So I called a friend of mine that works for the city here, and I'm like, can I stay here more than 3 days? Anyway, he said I could stay here a week. Thank you, Kenny. Anyway, yeah, so he's going to let me stay here until I can heal up a little bit more and be able to do all the stuff that involves moving a camper and driving my camper away to the next location. In the meantime, I'm trying to get it cleaned up so when that day gets here, I can move a little easier. All right, well, I think that's all I have for you. Oh, those ice packs across the stomach came in very handy. I wish I'd have had them in the hospital. If I'd have been smart, I'd have taken them to the hospital with me. But anyway, those packs came in very handy, especially when I was hurting real bad those 3-4 days. I was laying in bed and puking, and my stomach was just hurting, and my stomach still feels like somebody took an egg beater all over the inside and my intestines. But I can deal with that. And I haven't taken any pain pills since I got out of the hospital. I don't know what they gave me when I was in there, but I haven't taken any since I got out. But then again, I don't like to take them because I see what they do to people. I see what they've done to my son. I see what they've done to other people. And I try and stay away from them unless I absolutely have to take one, because I cannot deal with the pain. Anyway, I filled the prescription clear full. I probably won't ever touch it unless I cut a toe off or something and like really need it for a day. But anyway, so I have done good without pain pills. Nothing. Obviously you can't ever take a leave or ibuprofen or any of those things ever again. Those are something you can never take again. So you better be a Tylenol person, which I'm not. I can't take Tylenol or anything with acid, whatever it is in it, because it causes extreme restlessness in me. It causes extreme restless leg syndrome. I can't sleep at night. I'll be up all night long with my legs going like this. Ow, that hurt my belly. Anyway, so yeah, I can't take Tylenol either, and I can't take ibuprofen, so I don't know what I'm going to take from now on. I mean, I guess I've never really took anything in the past, so I usually just deal with my pain. I embrace it and deal with it. Or lay down a lot. Okay, I don't have anything else to say. I think I said that already. I just keep looking around trying to think, My daughter, okay, I thought of something else. My daughter, who, I had the surgery done the 22nd because her and her husband and my 3 grandkids were moving to London on the 20th. Well, she ended up, her and the kids weren't able to go because of passports. I think I might have mentioned this story. Anyway, but I ended up still having the surgery 22nd and then in the hospital for 8 days. And anyway, she didn't get out until like less than a week ago. So I tried to spend as much time as I could with her, but I was in the grandkids, but I was really, really, really down and out, and it took all I had. So, but finally, last week, they all made it, over to London. They made it to their daddy and their husband, which makes me want to cry, because, anyway, they're a very, very close family, and it was very, very hard for them to be separated. And it broke my heart seeing them separated, even though I didn't want them to go, and I didn't want my daughter to go, or my grandkids to go, or my son-in-law to go. But it broke my heart more knowing that they were separated, because they're a team. They're a good team. Anyway, they're there now, so I am happy. And they found a house over there. And by the way, in case you're wondering, the police officers over there are quite crude and rude and mean. But whatever. I ain't gonna tell all their stories because, anyway, I don't know. They don't take no compassion on American drivers and be like, well, they didn't know no better. They have no idea what that sign meant. Well, you're supposed to. So anyway. All right. Well, I'm clearly emotional too. Well, no, not normally. That just makes me emotional. But anyway, I'm going to try and see if I can get the rest of this camper semi-cleaned up before Friday when my grandson gets here. Because I will get my grandson still on Friday. He'll go to church camp on Sunday, or Saturday, so he'll be gone all weekend, but I do get him Friday night, so I want to have a clean, got a piece of that hair in my mouth. Anyway, I want it to be clean for him. So, and I've still had him on and off. I think I've had him 3 days since I've been home. Luckily, he's such a good kid. He just lays in bed with me and watches, which is, I know it ain't good for the kids, but he watches YouTube or plays some games on his phone, and he's been pretty good because I ain't been able to get out of bed. But I still enjoy laying there and talking to him, and anyway, so that's been good. Anyway, alright, I think that's all the stories I have on my kids, other than when my one daughter, who is taking after me, you need to learn to just be happy with yourself, all of you. Don't be like me. Don't think you need this, that, something else, and whatever all done to yourself. You don't. I'm 52 now. I mean, I don't want a man. I don't think. I don't know. Some days I do, some days I don't. No, I really don't. I don't even know why I did any of the things I did. Because I'm sitting here at 52 and I ain't had sex in years. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's been years, but I don't know. Anyway, so the boob job, the tummy tuck, the vaginal reconstruction, I don't know. It wasn't the juvenation thing. It was actually a surgical one. And, you know, then I had the sleeve and now the bypass, which was more for the acid reflux. I could go on the liposuction. What a waste of my life. And all for people that didn't appreciate it anyway. But that's why you're supposed to do it for yourself, which I did do it for myself. And I am happy with myself. But I was happy with, I was not happy with myself, or I wouldn't have done all those things. But, I'm happy with myself now. I wouldn't undo any of the surgeries. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't go back and undo any of them. I'm very happy I had them all done. But at the same time, I wish the older me knew the younger me, because I wouldn't have had any of them done. I didn't need them. I didn't even need any of them. It was all up here. I thought I did. My head told me I did. Horrible men in my life that have criticized me or told me I was too fat or my boobs weren't quite big enough or, you know, I had an itty bitty tiny pooch from having kids that you could barely see. You know, all those things messed with my head. So it's like slice, dice, cut this, that, let's do this, that. Screw everybody. Literally, screw everybody. Just be happy with yourself the way you are. And I mean that for my daughters too, especially my daughters and all my grandkids, because they're following in my footsteps now. Even though I made sure that the whole time they were growing up, they always knew that they were perfect just the way they were, and like always. And I never had a surgery, not one of my surgeries while they were at home. Every surgery I've had has basically been since they've been out of the house, out of the home. So, but it doesn't matter. Even though as children, I instilled in their brain that they were perfect just the way they were and to never do anything. As an adult, I'm thinking I'm an adult now. They're an adult. They know better. They don't, these are my choices now. They won't follow them. They do. They do. So be careful what you do. Careful what you teach kids. Alright, I'm going to end on that note, because otherwise I'll go off on another wild tangent, and nobody's watching these videos anymore anyway. But they're my diary. Like I said, someday maybe my kids will go and watch them and be like, oh, there's our lunatic mother. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm 74 degrees in here. Whew. Okay, well, I'm still going to try and clean what I can after a nap, maybe. I've been taking a lot of naps. Alright, whatever. Be good to yourself. Be good to your kids. Love yourself. I'll make another one another day when I have more information. But I don't have much to say about anything going on. So, later.